Hello, everybody. It's Jochen Hayden, and I'm back with the Desert Wolf versus Loka Senate campaign, December 20th, 1941. I think this is going to be an exciting turn. I saw a situation in the old Dutch East Indies that didn't look so good for the Japanese, so we'll see what happens. Okay, so those weren't subs. Those are two light cruisers and a destroyer versus an allied light cruiser. I think I've got my money on the Japanese on this one. Uh, yeah, that's I think that's going to be all she wrote there. So I don't think those 14 centimeter guns can necessarily penetrate the armor on the Colombo, but they can do enough system damage and probably render it completely useless.
Hello, all you
Oh,
poor GIs and Marines.
I'm muting her. I don't want to hear that. All right. So the Colombo takes one Type 93, which is a long lance, and shell hits. So the shell hits aren't going to do much damage, but the torpedo will. I don't see this ship getting away. It's just going to get caught up with these guys, and they have a lot of torpedoes left. So the Colombo's a dead duck. Maybe it will get away. I don't know. Ooh, what's this? This is North of Pearl. Oh, yeah. Okay, so there you go. This is the one of the armed merchant cruisers that was engaged yesterday. Unfortunately, it looks like some American destroyers caught up with it. It's not going to last. I would never want to use this ship where I knew there'd be enemy surface combatants. It's just not going to hold up. I don't think we need to sit here and watch this. It's going to be a slaughter. Good night. Say good night to that thing. All right. It took 9 shell hits, heavy fires. It's not getting away. Yeah, it's already burning. These guys will finish it off now. There it is. It's sunk. Waste of a good armed merchant cruiser. I wouldn't use it like this myself. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. We saw these guys forming up last turn, and here they are. These guys, I don't think have a chance in you know what. This is, here it is. I'll let it play out for a few minutes, but then we're going to fast forward, else we'll be here all night. Well, by some miracle, this task force manages to get out of here. Look at this. The Java more effective than it ever was in reality. Let's see if there's troops on this. Oh, yeah. That's another troop convoy loaded with troops intercepted. That's really bad. I'm sure that won't be the last we'll see these guys. Ah, look at this. Look at they're all going in at the same time. Oh no. Oh god. Oh, this is bad. All right. But we have two battleships here, and that's fine. But I don't think that's gonna help here because these things stick out like a sore thumb in these nighttime engagements. I don't like it. I don't. I don't like it, guys. I'm gonna let it play. It's not pretty. And it begins, guys. There it is. It's not what we wanted right now. Oh no! Oh, oh no! That's a torpedo into the Kaga. Oh no, the Hosho's getting lit. Ugh. Dang it, man. Oh, jeez. Oh no! Another torpedo into the Kaga. What the heck, man? Just FYI, that's the Kaga shooting 8-inch shells at the Jupiter. Okay, you saw that right. The Kaga shooting 8-inch shells at the Jupiter. What the heck? Where's the escort at? What's going on here? That's a third torpedo into the Kaga. It is dead. It's not going to survive this day. That's the second ammo explosion on the Hosho. That's dead too. Looks like the old Jupiter's. Oh, that's dead. Definitely took a lot of hits though. That's a torpedo and multiple shell hits to include 8-inch shells. So I'm pretty sure the Jupiter's gone for. Gone for? Done for. Done for. Okay, Jupiter goes down, but it was absolutely worth the trade. Every single one of these ships here can be sunk in this battle, and it still won't matter, because taking out these guys is worth all of it, and then some. Oh man, I know what Deswolf is saying right now.
Shit. Got your ass.
I did. I don't like including heavy battleships in my carrier task forces because they never help. Literally, the ship that did the most damage here was the Kaga, shooting 8-inch shells. Most of these shell hits, I think, came from that, and some machine gun fire from the Congo. But I feel like this could have been better handled if the carriers were in a task force with just the light stuff, and these guys were in their own task force with a couple escorts with lower task force numbers. I don't like this composition. It's not good, and you can see why. These guys did nothing, and I am going to tell you right now, there's no way that the Kaga or the Hosha are going to survive this day. Let's see. Ammo storage on the Hosho. Ammo storage explosion on the Hosho. 3 torpedoes into the Kaga. These guys are dead. And this is critically bad today. Oh, man. Another raid. These are Dutch destroyers here. All right. We'll go ahead and fast forward to this one because it's just going to be a slice and dicing operation here. 1,000 yards. Wow. Yeah, these Dutch ships get in there and take almost no damage, and look what they've done. I don't even want to look to see if there's troops on this. Oh. This is so bad. Oh, but there's more too. Yep. Oh, yeah. Okay. So these are the guys that kicked out the first engagement, I think. And these are the ships that were damaged just a second ago. And they're just getting wrecked. More troops dead. This is so depressing. I don't even want to watch it anymore. So, and then let's finish off the other one while we're at it, right? This was the same one from yesterday that was damaged by the single destroyer. Now it's dead. Another wasted our merchant cruiser. What a shame. And back to the Dutch East Indies, because we're not done yet. Okay, now this might be a little more compelling. So we have what appears to be the Houston and an American Clemson and a couple of these together. I'm not quite sure what these are yet. They may be British. This might be a little more even on paper. Not because of the heavy guns, but because of all the torpedoes that these guys have on them. Okay, the Electra. Okay. 2,000 yards, guys. Let's get some torpedoes off. Let's get some revenge here. Come on, Japanese. Do something. Okay, I don't really understand this one. I'm not quite sure why the Houston didn't get in on this action. Okay. Yep. That's some stuff sinking right there. Meanwhile, the Japanese bombard Midway. I don't know to what end. Really pathetic. I'm guessing these guys are already out of ammo, so they're just using the last of their shells before they leave. But that was not a particularly good bombardment. More sinking sounds. You know what those are. More Japanese losses. I hate it. I hate it for them. I really do. I empathize. We even got Dutch subs in on this action, too. I think these guys engaged last night. Different task force. This is the one that I believe shredded the Kaga. Let's see what comes of this one. Wow, this is quite the spirited battle here. It does appear that the Japanese get a little better of this time. The Whipple is sunk, or the John D. Edwards is sunk, and the Whipple's probably going to sink. The rest of these guys should get away. All right. Oh, man. Well, I don't think the Kaga's getting out of this. I'm actually shocked that it's still afloat, to be honest with you. After taking that many hits and 3 torpedoes, I would have thought it would have sunk by now. I half expected some of those sinking sounds to be the Kaga. But let's see what happens with this. Flight deck hit, guys. There it is. Flight deck hit. Blown in half. I think the Kaga is just going to be a pincushion now. Oh, that's a 4 torpedo. That's it. That's it. It's done. 5 torpedoes, guys. That's a 5th torpedo into the Kaga. It is. Oh. And it just blew up. Oh. Oh, man. I hate it. Oh my gosh. This is catastrophic. Guys, there's the Kaga. It's dead. It's absolutely sunk. And there's the aircraft with it. Its air wings. All of them went down with the ship. This is about as bad as it gets, man. No matter what gets lost out here today, if every allied ship participating sinks, it still doesn't matter. This is everything. Yeah, we'll get through this one quick. With troops aboard still. Man. Well, this is interesting. You notice that the Hosho is conspicuously absent. It either already sank. Oh, gosh. Now we're hitting that one too? No way. That's not what we need right now. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and call this one as the range is getting pretty far. Alright, so the Houston does a little better this time, and we get more hits, or some hits, into the Zuiho. And once again, our battleship escort did nothing for us here. I don't like this composition. We'll talk more about that later. Looks like Loka is really heavily focusing this Chinese unit here. Trying to disrupt it so it doesn't do anything. Well, that's cute. Get some I-15s up. That's a pretty substantial raid there. Ooh, what is this? A port strike. And he caught something in port. I wonder what these guys were doing here. $23,000 feet. No wonder he doesn't hit anything, but also the flak isn't getting him either. Oh, got something there. Matang has sunk. What is this? Is this some sort of sweep? It's pretty long range. Okay, sure. Oh, going for Palembang now. Okay. And we're 14,000 feet, which is, again is too high for this area because he doesn't have anything that can really hurt him. And we're starting to put some damage on Palembang. Oh. What a random place to sweep. This hex right here. I don't really understand why. Whatever, though. That's definitely an entire AVG section here. I just don't know what the significance of sweeping in this hex is. That's a lot of Japanese ships sinking, if you're hearing that noise. What a slaughter. What is this? What is this? Are they going for bombing? Yes, they are. Okay. Hey, that's something, right? That's cool. Well, that's cool. These guys are I've never seen these guys strafe before. I'm not quite sure what they're capable of doing. Wow, they're capable of doing that. I never knew. Wow. Pretty nice, man. P-35 strafing. I forgot that they even carried bombs. I'll tell you what we didn't see. Any of those Japanese carriers launching any aircraft to do anything down there. Because they're dead. In fact, that might be one sinking right now. How about a little insult to injury for you? Why not? Come on. A little slap in the face. Oh, and this one's got troops on it too. What a crappy turn for him. I hate it. I hate it for Loka. I like the guy. I don't want this for him, man. It's not good. Let's hope he has a good day on the ground at least. Okay, Nanyang. That's kind of a given. armor has finally showed up. And Pinseong. So the Japanese bombarding to see what they're dealing with, and right off the bat, they are going to determine that they are badly outnumbered here and they cannot break through. So this whole push here is going to come to a screeching halt. Alright. Hong Kong again. You notice there's a second division here now. So finally, Loka got the clue and brought down the other division that he should have done from day one. He would have been done with Hong Kong by now if he had done this, but I think it's his inexperience as a Japanese player that he didn't know to swap these divisions out. So that's why we're now to this point. He should take it now, though. There you go.
Greetings, everybody. How's tricks?
How's tricks?
From Radio Tokyo, saying hello to all of her dog faces and boneheads wandering the Pacific Islands. Before we start the music, the Japanese High Command announced today that the ever-victorious forces of the Japanese Empire have captured Hong Kong.
I mean, it took a very long time to get this done. The 20th of December is too long, but he finally got it. Okay. The Japanese are about to hit a brick wall in this hex as well. That's not enough to break through. No way. Oh, man. He's going to get stopped hard right there. Okay, Japanese shock attack in Manila. There's no way they can't win this turn. Because they're like 10-1 on their numbers. Let's run. There it is. They got it. You know, this actually worked out really, really good. I'm surprised. These guys retreated in a weird kind of way, but they really have no choice. The way these bases got taken up here, when the Allies got pushed out of Manila, they had to retreat to this base, which is still open by the... it's just open, right? Otherwise, they would have had to have surrendered. But now they're out here, and they did not go into Clark. So this is actually a really good thing for Loka and his ability to take Clark Field. I don't think he did this on purpose, but it worked out for him. This is a good retreat path. Alright. Looks like we got some reinforcements here into Timalo. We should be able to push them through. Nope, never mind, I lied. Golly. 10-1 numbers, we still can't break through. That's insane. Oh, man. Alright, one last attempt here with these allied Chinese shock attacks. I don't think it's going to go well. Nope. Yeah, I'm pretty sure these Chinese groups are more or less spent now. But it kind of looks like Deswolf is attempting to suicide them off. Because even if they all get killed, they're just going to end up back in Chungking in a month with more AV than what they've started with. Okay, let's take a look at the numbers. I'm going to try to go through this a little faster today. Aircraft losses. My heart. Oh, okay. I wasn't ready to process this. 112 Japanese losses today, 2 for the Allies. This may be the biggest KDR I've ever seen in this game to date. Obviously, these losses came from the loss of the Kaga and the Hosho, because I'm pretty sure they're both dead. The Allies, in trade for that, lost a Seagull and a Dutch float plane. Wow. Whew. Okay. Army loss points are continuing to tick up for both sides, but the big number here is for this. Loka has now exceeded the number of army loss points in his campaign than in mine, and I'm almost 2 months ahead of him. Ship sunk. Last turn. This is what we're showing. Let's just look at the Japanese first. This is only what is being reported. There may be more, but we know the Kaga's dead. We're almost certain that the Hosho's dead. A couple destroyers, a lot of cargo ships, right? So these numbers could actually be, is actually probably worse than this. Okay. And I don't trust this number at all. I think we're way, way higher than that. If you look at the score, the Allies are actually gaining ground on the Japanese, especially after this last turn. That's insane. 112 to 2. Okay. Let's take a look at the Pacific region. So, okay, Midway experienced another bombardment last turn, but it basically did nothing. This unit is fully intact and capable, has supply, heavily disrupted, but that's fine because the Japanese are there, are no better off. So now they're basically marooned on Midway, and with the here you taking torpedo, it probably scared off Loka, and he took off. So I think these guys are actually marooned here, and this is quite dangerous for them because if Desert Wolf chooses to bring more troops in here to counterattack, these guys have no chance. They got marooned. All right. Let's take a look at China now. Briefly. We do see some Japanese troops on the move towards Wenchao, but it's gonna be a while for they get there. The Chusian guys are heading there, and these guys are heading there. Unless he's bringing about 3 divisions worth or more, I don't see Wenchao falling anytime soon. The forts are well on their way to size 3. And there's a lot of AV here, so this is going to be a big mess for the Japanese. The Japanese bombarded here at Pinseong and realized that they do not have enough troops here to carry it, so they're going to have to get more in. The rail line is temporarily open here, which is good on him, and maybe not the best idea for Desert Wolf to have done, but I'm sure there's a bigger plan to this. But in the meantime, Kwangtung Unleashed is now going to start flowing down. Some of it's going to go towards Nanyang and up, and a lot of it's going to come down here because clearly Loka has some sort of aspirations for the central/southern area of China, so I expect a lot of troops to work their way down here. I don't really see much along the lines of activity in Burma. We do know he's got troops here and here. But the rest of this, I'm not seeing a coherent plan by the Japanese yet, but it's still early. So this is the Colombo, which was hit last turn. This is the damage that basically a single Type 93 torpedo can do. Very heavy damage, but with Allied damage control, assuming the ship does not get intercepted again, it should be able to get out of here. And actually, it has a pretty decent chance of that. It can move up to 4 hexes a day. I don't foresee Desert Wolf full speeding this ship out, so he's going to try to make for Calcutta is my guess, and we'll see what happens. I don't really see any kind of surface combatants that can do much to help it. These guys may try to go for it again, but at this point I'm wondering if he's just going to pull out of here because it's getting a little dangerous. But the Colombo is still afloat, but if it's engaged again it will die, I think. All right, so the Japanese still have issues here. The rail lines are still blocked at Temalo and at Kuala Lumpur, so none of the major assets that are up here in Kota Bharu can get down. They are starting to pile up in Taiping, though, which is smart. You want to get them as close as you can. As you start taking bases along the rail line, you're going to hopscotch your units, leave them in strat mode, and just kind of work your way down to get to Johor. Because he does not have enough troops here yet to cross without getting beat up. So he's going to want to come across en masse, and that mass is further up here. He has to clear at least one or both of these rail lines before he can do anything else. All right. I didn't talk much about Philippines last turn, but he did take Manila, which is good. And honestly, he has a pretty decent amount of force here now, more than I initially thought. So the bulk of these troops, since all this stuff is cleared and there's no allied troops to the south, he just needs to leave a garrison, right, of about 160, I think is what the garrison is for the Japanese. And the bulk of these troops can head into Clark. And actually at Clark, I'm not entirely sure what Desert Wolf's plan here is. He has a fair amount of troops here, but he never really did, well, he got some forts in, but not as much as he would like. The damage is being kept just above where it needs to. I don't really know what his long-term defensive strategy is here, so I need to wait a turn to see what he does with these troops that have orders right now. Are they going to continue to baton, or are they going to hold at Clark? We'll see. But Manila is arguably the most important prize in Luzon because of the amount of points that it has stored for the Japanese, as well as the industry that it has. So from our standpoint here, the Japanese captured Manila completely 100% intact. Now, we'll give it a turn to see if that updates, but what I'm seeing right now is industry fully intact in Manila, and that's a good thing for the Japanese. And last but not least, actually, it's probably not even last at all. The big story here this turn was the complete and utter destruction of the Japanese in the Dutch East Indies here. They're scattered all over the wind now. Multiple cargo ships with troops lost. We have the if I can find it. Yes, right here is the Zuiho. It's damaged. The Kaga and the Hosho were lost around here. And we have some other ships that have fled to Kolaka, and quite honestly, they're kind of stuck here. If they want to get out, they're going to have to kind of go through here and cross through these subs, or have to deal with more allied surface vessels. Probably going to beeline it. They're probably going to beeline it to Kolaka to try to catch this guy too. I'm thinking this is the Tayo and the Ryujo here. So there's plenty more carriers at risk right now. Zuiho, Tayo, and Ryujo, I believe, are the three that are still left. Kaga and Hosho sank. What an incredible attack that the Allies launched here. I cannot believe how effective it was. I didn't really see it coming, or I didn't think it was going to be to that extent, but look at the amount of force that's amassed at Makassar, and I think a lot of these guys are mostly intact and capable of continuing on. The Japanese are in a seriously bad situation here. They have almost no striking power left. They're in full retreat, and I don't personally know how you recover from this anytime soon. This to me would rattle my cage so bad. I don't even know if I could. Well, I don't want to say I couldn't continue because that's not realistic. You probably could, but how you recover from this in the short term, I don't know how you do it. So, clapping for Desert Wolf for this incredible attack here, and it's just disastrous. Also, I noticed here that the Hermes is hanging out. I didn't even realize that it was out here. And it's got some swordfish in it that are looking to get into the action too. So we'll see what he does with these. There are fighters here on these carriers, so I don't know how much of an attack he wants to launch. But this not spotted right now. So if he creeps in just a little bit, he may be able to pick off ships that are trying to get out through this way back towards Manado. So Hermes is standing by to get into the action too. That's a bonus that I did not even see until now. All right, anything else we need to look at here? There's no real activity in the Solomons. Horn Island seems to have resolved its supply issues, and this is turning into quite the deadly little bastion. Quite a bit of of supply and troops here, and forts building up. And we have more troops landing now, too, as if there wasn't enough. This is crazy. Horn Island is like a no-go zone right now. Okay. Penguins on patrol here. Let's take a look at where our carriers are at. Enterprise is still heading down to Sydney, so that's good. And it looks like the Lexington is heading down there too. I'm not entirely sure why he's doing this. I feel like he has a major advantage right now that he could have pushed by going for an early ball attack. But Desert Wolf has a bigger plan than that, and there's absolutely no need to do that, right? I guess he's trying to avert some risk and not be stupid. I see an opportunity to attack, but maybe it's a little misguided and short-sighted. He's probably looking to, consolidate gains that he just had and be safe. Bring his carriers down here, repair the ships, rearm them, rest the aircraft, train them up for a couple weeks before he heads out. We'll watch this every day, or we'll keep tabs on what these guys are doing and where they're going. But he has all the power and initiative right now in the Solomons, at least for the next 7 days is my estimate. Because Kido Butai, the last we saw them, was hanging out here, and now they're gone. So I guess theoretically, Kido Butai could head over to truck, rearm, and head south into this region. And that would take at least 7 days, if not more, maybe even 2 weeks. But Kido Butai no longer being sighted is a risk. So Desert Wolf does have a narrow window that he could do stuff down here, but he definitely does not want to go toe-to-toe with KB. Even with KB in a degraded state, it's still much better than these two guys together because all the fighters are mostly alive, and at least 50% of the bombers are still alive, and that's all you really need to take these guys out. So the window for opportunity in the Solomons is going to be closed within 2 weeks or less until we get sighting of KB again. Anyway, that's all I got. I hope you enjoyed this turn. It was wild, intense, and what I'm getting from Desert Wolf suggests that there's going to be more activity in the coming days as well. Maybe a little cleanup operation. We'll see what happens. I'll catch you guys on the next one.
Got your ass.